Alright guys, due to popular demand, we're going to be continuing the monthly MMO series. We're going to be talking about some of the things that are coming out this month in May. Unfortunately though, there isn't much. In order for this video to not be like a minute long showcasing one or two games, here's what we're going to do. First, we'll go over MMOs or anything close to an MMO that's launching this month, or has a beta test coming up, or expansion releasing, or fresh start, you know, something along those lines. After that, we'll go over any MMOs that may have been announced this month, and lastly, we'll go over a few games releasing this month that are not MMOs, but are games that I think might interest you. Don't forget to sub to the channel for more MMO content, by the way, and follow me on Twitch, my main platform where I'm streaming variety MMO daily. Now let's get right into this. The first game on the list is Scars of Honor and its first public playtest, officially labeled as an alpha technical test. Scars was showcased in last month's video, seeing as the playtest officially started on the 30th of April, but considering we really don't have much in May and the playtest is pretty much entirely in May, we're adding it to the list. Scars of Honor is a traditional theme park MMORPG that resembles WoW in a lot of ways. The TLDR on this one is that it's an indie MMORPG that has a reasonable team size and funding led by a CEO that is very active and involved with the community publicly and has been saying all the right things. When it comes to the playtest itself, it's been iterated that it is an alpha technical test that will feature only about 10% of the actual game, and it will be a very bare bones version of the game. The goal of this alpha test is to test the servers and get feedback on some of the core foundations of the game, for example, combat. From the time of this video, I have played a couple of hours, and I'd say that's pretty accurate. The game currently has a lot of bugs and has experienced a lot of server issues day one, as to be expected with most day one launches, let alone public alpha tests. Scars is being targeted for an early 2027 early access launch now, so they do have a full year to cook. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the only reason why I'm adding this one to the list is because it's on Steam and we literally have nothing in the MMO space this month. With that said, Arrow Tales Online is officially full releasing with a new server called Valencia on May 1st. Arrow Tales is a free cross-platform anime MMORPG with PvP and PvE content, which includes Fortress Wars, Faction Wars, Guild Wars, along with general life skill and social content. And yes, it's cross-platform with mobile and will likely play exactly how you're speculating it to play right now. If you do end up trying it, let us know in the comments what you thought. Forever is another indie game set to launch May 6th. This one is officially labeled as an online multiplayer action RPG. After playing the previous playtest myself, I'd label Forever as an MMORPG. Certainly not a massively multiplayer online RPG, but a smaller condensed version of one, so I think MMORPG would be an appropriate label. I remember this one actually surprised me a bit because I wasn't expecting an MMO at all, but it ended up feeling kind of similar to one, a smaller version of one at least. Later on, the devs joined my stream and they told me that it was inspired by the genre, so it kind of made sense. The performance of the game struggled, from what I remember, a lot during the playtest, but the gameplay was actually surprisingly decent for a cozy indie game. In no world will anyone play this and think, okay, this is some AAA stuff. It is very much an indie game, but I'd say it's one of the better ones if we're comparing it to other indie MMOs we've seen. And might I remind you, the bar isn't very high. I'm scheduled to interview the devs the day before launch on my Twitch channel, so be sure to drop by and leave any questions you'd like me to ask in the comment section below. Interview is scheduled to be at noon NA East on the 5th. Dracantos, a 2D top-down retro-style indie MMORPG, is having its next closed beta test May 22nd. This one I'm really looking forward to checking out because they've made some really big changes to the game. The main one being the pre-existing tile-based movement system, which is now completely free and will be action combat. The tile-based system was hands down the biggest turnoff for me personally, and I actually really like the top-down 2D action combat games. Dreadmist comes to mind, for example, so the news was definitely music to my ears. The game itself, I remember having fun with. I was just always wishing the game wasn't tile-based. and I was really surprised when I heard they were changing it following the previous beta test. This beta will focus on testing new core mechanics, but also PvP modes. In Dracantos, you can level up and progress through PvP. The beta will feature 13 PvP maps in 3 different modes. This new action combat free movement system with PvP content honestly sounds really fun for me, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. Okay, next we got a few unconfirmed games that we could be seeing this month, starting with Honor of Kings World's global alpha test. That is a mouthful. Alpha signups have already gone live, and some are speculating it'll take place this month. This one I'm going to be keeping a close eye out on because, quite frankly, I think this game could be a banger when it comes out in the West, unless the endgame sucks, of course, but currently I'm playing the game casually on the Chinese servers, and so far it's been really solid. Looking forward to seeing what the endgame is like, and once I do, I plan on putting out a full review video, so be sure to look out for that if you're interested in the game. I feel like I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here though, so let's take a step back real quick. What is Honor of Kings World exactly? To be clear, Honor of Kings World is not an MMORPG, it's an MMO hybrid. You'll hear a lot of comparisons to Where Winds Meet in this regard, but I think Where Winds Meet is more of a single player action RPG plus MMO hybrid, whereas Honor of Kings feels more of like a Genshin-like or WoWa-like plus MMO hybrid. The original Honor of Kings is a mobile MOBA and one of the biggest video game franchises when it comes to gross revenue, and is for sure one of the biggest, if not the biggest, cash cow IPs for Tencent. It's pretty clear they invested a lot into this open world RPG version of the game. The quality is for sure there. I'm going to reserve my opinions for this one for the review, so for now, I'm just going to leave it at this. If you're okay with MMO hybrids, this one I highly recommend checking out. Not to be confused with Embers of the Uncrowned, which we'll touch on later in this video. Embers of the Gods is a random MMO I found on Steam set to release in May. There is no official specific date other than just May. The official description of the game says that it is a next-generation MMORPG with a multi-view fantasy theme. Players can choose from 3 classes, Warrior, Ranger, Mage, and embark on an adventure acquiring magical items to gradually enhance their strength to ascend to higher realms. So a lot of words describing a lot of nothing. The game does have some cool looking scenes, but it appears to be another Unreal Engine 5 slop if you ask me. Like, some of the shots, it looks like they're straight from one of those fake game ads that you see on Instagram. I'm not really sure about this one. I wouldn't even touch this game if it wasn't on Steam, thinking it could be a scam, but hey, it's there, so I'm sharing. Next, we're going to go over MMOs that have been officially announced recently, starting with the biggest one, Ion 2. Ion 2 has been officially announced to be launching globally. However, launch dates have not yet been confirmed, and we're all speculating August or September to be the month. Nothing really outside of that, just a global announcement, so yeah, pretty much a nothing burger. Just a reminder telling us that they're launching this year, which we already knew. Embers of the Uncrowned is another game we recently got announced that's been buzzing a little bit, considering it came out of nowhere, and it looks kind of sick, to be honest. It's a top-down MMORPG under a cruel dark fantasy theme. They're describing Embers as a faster-paced game with combat that emphasizes precise control with an integrated housing management system. Other keynotes include realm versus realm systems along with unrestricted battles and farming. The big note being that the game will not be pay to win at all. Of course, this is being contested considering this is a Korean MMO being developed by Nexon. Regardless, this one looks pretty interesting to me, and it's set to have its first public playtest next month in June during the Steam Next Fest. Misa is another MMO that was recently announced, this one being on Steam. I really don't have much info on this other than it having a big emphasis on survival according to its Steam page, but to me it looks kind of like Quinfall. I don't know. If you guys have more info in regards to this game, please do share in the comment section below. Okay, moving on to games that are releasing in May that you may be interested in that are not quite MMOs. Starting with The Awakener Battle Tendency, set to launch May 5th. I'm not gonna lie, this game kind of looks sick. Kind of sad I missed the demo, so if you have played this, let me know in the comments section below. But this game is supposed to be a cross between Diablo and Dynasty Warriors, so if you're into blasting away Dynasty Warrior style and the idea of an ARPG version of it sounds appealing to you, then maybe this could be fun for you. Fortunately though, this is a single player game with shared screen co-op, so no online multiplayer. Alabaster Dawn is a top-down 2.5D single player action RPG from the creators of Crosscode, launching its early access May 7th. The art style on this one will definitely call out to some people, but the gameplay also looks pretty good. Kind of wish there was an MMO that played like this. Expect to get 30 to 60 hours of gameplay for this one, and it's speculated to be launching with a price tag in the $20 to $40 range. You can try a demo of the game for free right now on Steam. All right, that's going to be pretty much it, guys. Of course, let me know your thoughts on the games you saw on this list, as well as the format of this video in the comments section below. I'll see you guys in the next video.